What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center, here to do a monthly check-in reading for my fire signs out there. So if you're a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, this video is for you. And we're just going to be kind of checking the collective energy for you guys for the remainder of the month of April. Depending on how things turn out with this style of reading, we'll see if I continue to do these or if I go back to an older approach. I'm not sure. I've kind of just come back after a bit of a hiatus on the channel, and I explained why. I posted several videos you should see that are not readings, but just several videos of me explaining kind of the new direction I want to go on my channel, why I've been on a break, kind of what to expect moving forward, and just kind of really sharing my heart for what this channel or what I wanted the channel to be about to begin with. Okay, so I'm not going to rehash all of that now, but be sure to go check out those videos. It'll be very important for you to get a feel for just a lot of different things, for what my channel's about, you know, how to get the most out of tarot readings, do's, don'ts, a lot of frequent asked questions, things like that, right? So with that being said, what we're going to take a look at is really just anything that wants to come out. I'm going to start the reading off by looking at past, present, and future energy. I will look at I'll pull a few cards on love and romance. I'll pull a few cards on career and finance. And at the end, I will pull some advice cards, basically, which is the most important part of the reading, by the way. Okay. So, and that's really kind of more the approach that I want to start moving in now, is specifically focusing on more of what do we need to do to get the result or the outcome that we desire, as opposed to just giving you future predictions about things and we're crossing our fingers hoping that, you know, it'll happen if it's good and it won't happen if it's bad, right? That's kind of a powerless way to live our life. That's not the way that we were created to live. We were created to be creators, to create the outcomes that we desire and not hope or wish and pray and all these kinds of things, right? So, if I haven't mentioned it already, everything else that you need to know about the channel is in the description box below. Also, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Let's take a look at past, present, future energy for the collective fire signs. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Now, if you find that this collective reading does not resonate with you, check the other placements in your chart. I am a Virgo sun, but I have like 4 or 5 Libra placements in my chart. So when I'm listening to a Virgo reading, if it doesn't resonate with me, then I'll go listen to a Libra reading. And 9 times out of 10, if the Virgo reading doesn't resonate with me, the Libra reading will, right? So that's just another little tip for you guys out there. Some of you guys probably already know that, but okay. So the first card that we have out is love. So obviously, this is past, so something to do with love and romance in the near past. We'll have to see how this all ties in a minute. This is the present energy. Your present energy is illusions. This is kind of like the moon energy. So this would be almost kind of similar to the Lover's card. Then we have the moon type of energy here. This deck that I'm using is one I created for myself. It's the Human Innovation Oracle deck that I created for myself. And then we have the future energy is travel. Now all of these cards can have literal meanings or metaphysical meanings, okay? And so we'll have to see, we're going to clarify these. I'm going to clarify these here to see kind of what's going on here. So we'll have to see what that is with the travel there. The bottom of the deck, we have loss. Okay, so my fire signs, you guys obviously And this is the underlying energy, okay? So you guys may be going through or experiencing some type of loss right now. I do believe it's probably in regards to love and romance. We'll see when I clarify here with the tarot. And in your present, basically, I'm feeling that what you've come to realize as a result of this loss. Now, this could go one of two ways. You're either currently feeling like it was all BS, like in the present moment, right now, like you're reflecting upon this past relationship you had, and you're either in a mindset of it was all fake, it was BS, it was fantasy, it was this, it was that, it wasn't real. Like, it's kind of like a negative takeaway. It's a negative mentality, a negative mindset, right? That's for half of you, right? Now, the other half of you are realizing that things are not as they seem on the other side of the spectrum, where maybe you had a lot of illusions thinking maybe that this person was wrong or they were doing this, they were doing that. You were projecting negativity onto the situation, and you were kind of the one that was at fault. Okay. So just to kind of be clear, because it sounds like I said the same thing. It sounds like I used two different examples, but I was saying the same thing. So there's a group of you who basically believes that the relationship was all fake to begin with. Like, this past person, they came in, or we had this relationship. I thought it was love. It wasn't. It was a bunch of crap. It was all fake. This person probably didn't really love me. It was just a fling. It was fantasy. It was da-da-da-da-da. You're trying to write it off, right? There's another group of you who basically are the ones at fault, right? So one group of people, you feel like you're not at fault. You feel like you were kind of like maybe seduced into a relationship that wasn't real. That's one group of you. The other group of you, you're the ones who kind of screwed up, maybe. Like, you were with somebody, and this person actually did care about you. They did love you. They did want to be with you. They were maybe trying to show you and prove to you that, you know, they had those feelings and emotions, and maybe your own fears, your doubts, your insecurities, maybe your attachment issues, if you're familiar with attachment styles, led you to believe that they didn't care about you and love you when they really did. So in other words, you self-sabotaged, right? So one group believes that this past person, you know, was a fake and a fraud, that they're kind of the victim. And then there's a second group of you who actually had somebody who was loving you, and you self-sabotaged. So you screwed the relationship up, right? So I just want to be clear on that. And then this travel card, I'm not really sure. This could be one of two things. This is either travel in a play on words type of way, like traveling, moving on from this. Like, if you look on this card, these two little children are kind of walking off into the distance, you know? They're walking away. They're walking towards the future. They have their back to the past, you know? And there's this, you know, obviously this crazy spaceship looking thing up there. But so for some of you, this means travel. Like, you're heading in a new direction. So it's a play on words. It's got a little bit more of a metaphorical type of vibe on it. For others of you, it could be literal. Some of you guys might be in the future, you know, you might be moving. You might be moving away, moving out, moving somewhere. Maybe you were living with this person. Maybe you had a life tied up with them, and it's too painful for you to be around them anymore. So, you know, you're either moving out of the house, moving out of an apartment together. Maybe you're moving out of state. Maybe you're just going on vacation. But there's a sense of creating separation and distance here, so that you're away from the person, so that you don't have to experience the loss. So let's clarify. Why is the love card here in the past, please, for my fire signs? Give me one more. So one card that flipped over, I can see clearly, is this King of Cups. Second is Eight of Pentacles. So you could have been dealing with a water sign. Male or female doesn't really matter. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here. Now this could be, now if you're a cross watcher, if you're a water sign and you're watching this, maybe this is referring to you. So the roles could be reversed if you're cross watching. Eight of Pentacles is here, and I'm going to get one more. So if you're not dealing with a water sign, then that King of Pentacles basically just stands for somebody that you had a lot of feelings and emotions for, and this person probably had strong feelings and emotions for you as well. We have the Knight of Swords came out kind of crossways, and when it comes out sideways like that, it just means that it's in a challenging type of position. In other words, this was probably an obstacle or a challenge in the relationship, basically. All right. So in some senses, you could almost read it like it takes on some of the energy of the upright position and some of the energy of the reverse position, if you want to say it like that. Bottom of the deck, we have the World card. So the message here is actually really clear to me. So so you were either dealing with a water sign, as previously mentioned, or you're dealing with somebody you had a lot of strong feelings and emotions for, and or they had strong feelings and emotions for you. You guys trying to work through this. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles indicates effort, maximum effort, like attention to detail, working through things, hard work, right? It's the master, it's the artisan. It's, because it's somebody who's evolved from the Three of Pentacles, which is kind of an apprentice. When you're in the Three of Pentacles, you're being taught by somebody who has already mastered this craft. So you're being taught by the person who's doing the Eight of Pentacles, basically. I'm just looking for the card because I want to show you this. It'll make more sense as a visual aid here. Because remember, I want to teach you guys. I don't want to just tell you guys. I want to teach you things so that when you watch these readings, you can go out into your life and you assume power and control over your life and your reality, and you don't stay stuck, and you're not just hearing another predictive tarot reading, right? Who gives a crap about future telling, right? Fortune telling, forecasting. I mean, it's maybe occasionally beneficial, but what's more empowering is for you to own your power and to go out into the life and get a result because you take your power back, right? That's what we're trying to do here. So here's the Three of Pentacles. Now, so this guy up here is this guy over here, who's the Eight of Pentacles. This guy right here, who's badass. He's been working this job for a long time. He's a master. He could do this with his hand, blindfolded, in his sleep. So here he is, the Eight of Pentacles master, teaching the young apprentices. These are the up and coming guys who haven't learned how to do this yet, right? So my point is, in showing you this, is that the Eight of Pentacles showing up here in this past with this love thing, this relationship energy, is that you guys tried to work through this, okay? But there were challenges that were not, I don't think you guys were able to, how do I say this? There were either irreconcilable differences or there were insurmountable challenges, meaning you could not overcome these obstacles because of this being sideways, this Knight of Swords energy. Now, knights are usually action-oriented, action takers in tarot, right? And so when that Knight of Swords is sideways, it's saying that when things were good, things were probably good because you have the upright energy, although things were probably still moving very quickly. So this was a fast moving relationship. You probably got into it fast. Things probably move very fast because the Knight of Swords is one of the fastest moving energies in tarot. You have like the Chariot would probably be the fastest. The Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords would be runners up there, right? Like, maybe a tie for second place, depending on the tarot reader. One might say the Eight of Wands is faster. Another one might say the Knight of Swords is faster. Who knows? It doesn't matter. The point is upright. This is somebody who knows what they want and they're going for it. Nothing's going to stop them. Once you have your mind fixed on something, that's it. It's like, this is what I want. And I'm laser focused. I don't care what it takes. I'm just running after it. I'm going for it. I don't think about anything else. I don't stop to consider the consequences, the cause and effect, or any of the other stuff. I see, I want, I get. That's kind of the mentality of the Knight of Swords upright. Well, when you reverse it, you have somebody who's very careless, very reckless, very impulsive. They rush into things without thinking about the consequences of how it's going to affect them, how it's going to affect others. And they're just kind of reckless with their behavior. They're reckless with their words because swords have to do with our speech, our communication, and our thoughts. So this is somebody who might be all over the place with their thoughts, scattered. 1 minute they're thinking this, the next minute they're thinking that. Or 1 minute they're saying nice things, the next minute they're cutting you down, tearing you down with their words, right? So I feel like whether it was you, whether it was whether it was that person, or whether it was both of you, because no matter how thin you slice it in a relationship, there's always two sides. Whatever was going on here, you were not able to work through the challenges. Okay, so this Eight of Pentacles is like, yeah, you get an E for effort. In the past, things at a time, things seem to be going, working toward, you guys were working towards something together. Eight of Pentacles, you were building something, right? So there was effort, like you were moving in a direction, but you just weren't able to overcome whatever the challenges were that were presented by this Knight of Swords, which landed you here in the world energy, which is you guys were going round and round and round and round and round. Instead of going through the portal to complete, to end the pattern, because the world is about ending an entire cycle, basically. Instead, it was like you guys were circling it. Instead of going through the portal, you guys were going round and round, doing the same thing, expecting a different result, right? Definition of insanity. So that's what was going on in the past. So why is the illusion card here in the present? The Ten of Cups wanted to flip out. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So the Knight of Pentacles is out. The Two of Swords. I'm just going to get that. Oh, yeah, and there's the Ten of Cups again. So it did finally come out. All right. And then we got the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck this time, which again, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? So this is a very straightforward message here. So presently, the illusion with this situation with the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of, if I can hold my cards, the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Very simple here. The illusion was what you thought was stable, what you thought you were building towards, you thought was going to lead to this Ten of Cups. And again, it's what I said at the beginning of the reading. There's two groups of you. For some of you, in group one that I mentioned, you guys thought that this was going to be your happily ever after. You thought that this person, you guys were going to run off into the, run off into the sunset together. This was your person. You're going to get married, start a family, have babies, all the things. It started off looking good with that Knight of Pentacles there. They seemed stable. It seemed like you guys were working through things. Eight of Pentacles is kind of vibrating off of that Knight of Pentacles energy. But you guys had differences after all. And like I said, this Knight of Swords being sideways when it came out is also feedbacking off of this Two of Swords. You guys had differences that were not. It took time, is what I want to say. It took time for you, because the Knight of Pentacles is also a very slow energy. So it's implying that it took a long time to maybe start to see certain elements of each other that were not so apparent in the beginning. So over time, and this happens in a lot of relationships, you started to realize, hey, we don't really have as much in common. We don't see eye to eye, which is that Two of Swords energy, right? The crossing of swords. We don't see eye to eye on things, which also implied through the blindfold. We can't see literally eye to eye. And because we are having this stalemate, this locked energy, we're locking horns, we're stalemate, we can't seem to get on the same page. And just about the time that we think that we do, because we just when we think we've worked through something, there's another problem. It's like it almost feels like the relationship is all about working through one problem just to find another problem. Then working through that problem just to find another problem. Working through that problem just to find another problem. Which goes back to what I was saying about that world energy. You're just going around. And it just feels like no matter what you do, every time you seem to have worked through a problem, all it did was just uncover a new problem. And so eventually that gets exhausting. And so the illusion was that you thought this was a stable relationship that was going to lead to marriage, you're happily ever after, but the truth was you guys really weren't very as compatible as you thought. Okay. That's the best way I know to explain it there. And with the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, it was like one day it was good, one day it wasn't good. One day it was good, one day it was good. It was just like, we don't know. It's kind of up in the air. We don't know from day to day what we're going to get out of this relationship or what we're going to get out of each other. So why is travel here in the near future? We know why the Lost card is here at the bottom of the deck, because, eventually things that are not meant to be or that can't be reconciled, they're lessons. And we have to treat them like lessons. We have to take the lesson, because everything in life is a lesson, whether it's a good lesson or a bad lesson, right? And certain things that we get to hold on to, because nothing lasts forever. I mean, we're all going to leave this world at some point. But, sometimes we get a good lesson, and maybe we marry that good lesson. Maybe we spend 50 years together, right? And that was our person, right? And then we get other lessons where we meet someone, we date them for a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, and then we break up, and that was a lesson. And we can call it a bad lesson. I don't think there's ever really any bad lessons in life. I think all lessons are good lessons if we think about it the way that, if we find the treasure in the pile of crap, as I like to say, then there's only really just good lessons in life. So the travel card, we have the Four of Cups, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Page of Cups. So what this is telling me is there's a few energies attached to it. I'm getting a little bit of almost like a Chariot type of vibe. Some of you guys are just trying to escape. You guys want to leave. You just want to get away from it because you're in this Four of Cups energy. And the Four of Cups energy is kind of like a woe is me, an Eeyore, down and out, depressed, apathetic, disinterested. Like some of you guys have really, you've taken this loss personally, and I don't want to downplay it. Like I've been through breakups, obviously. They're not fun. So I'm not trying to, and I'm also a relationship coach, something that I do, I've been doing for many years. So I help people literally. Tarot is something that I do on the side. I've spent many years now helping people through breakups, through divorces, and everything you can imagine with the relationship. So I'm not downplaying the pain of a breakup, but sometimes we dramatize it. We become over dramatic, right? It's like, oh, woe is me. I'll never love again. I'll never find. And I've said this before, right? Like I've been that guy who I fell head over heels in love with a woman. And I thought, when that relationship was over, I told myself, I will never love again. I'll never find another person like her ever again. I'm just going to be single the rest of my life. Blah, 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 blah. That's Four of Cups energy, right? Woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. It's like, nah, dude, come on. There's always another one. The Three Cups down here, because, you get the figure sitting in front of the tree. There we are. There's the cups that were unfulfilling, the breakups, the people in the past that let us down. There's always another one. God, source, the universe, spirit, or just you as the creator. We can manifest like, hey, you don't like those, that's fine. Sometimes we have to break up. Sometimes we have to go through bad relationships and situations because that teaches us what we want and what we don't want. Most people don't know who the hell they are. And when you don't know who you are, how the hell you know what you want? You don't. So life has to teach you things, right? And I don't think anyone really even starts to know or understand who they are until they reach the age of at least 40. So if you're younger than 40, hey, you're just in the prologue of the book. You haven't even got to chapter 1 yet, so don't worry about it. Don't sweat it, right? So it takes time for us to learn who we are and why we're here. There's always going to be another. So we can't get caught in this Eight of Swords energy. Eight of Swords energy is complete victim mentality. It's a self-imposed prison. It's the thoughts that we allow in our heads. Eight of Swords is 1000% our fault, period. We think it's never going to get better. There's no good way. There's no good options. It's going to be like this forever. It's all the narratives and the negative stories that we allow to go on in our brain because we're sad and we're depressed and hurt and blah, 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 blah. And so then we get stuck in this. And the longer we stay stuck in this, then the further away this is. This cup, this person here holding this cup, this new love, this new opportunity for love is what this cup is coming out of the cloud. And when we are in this Eight of Swords, we are cock blocking this from coming to us because we're so focused on this, right? And so here, I call this the toilet paper girl, right? And the toilet paper girl, the Eight of Swords is just a leveled up Two of Swords. It's the same girl. She's got the same blindfold on. There she is. And it's just, she was like, well, I had two swords back here. So back here, she was somewhat capable, right? Because the Two of Swords is just one up from the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is truth and clarity. Well, the Two of Swords is, which one is the truth? Which one is the truth? I don't know which one is the truth. Because we're afraid to decide. We're afraid to pick a truth and be wrong. And when we're afraid to be wrong, we go into denial. We I don't know which one. And the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, all the way up to the Eight of Swords. Now we've been scared for so long that we put ourselves, we wrap ourselves up and chain ourselves. But look, there's no prison here. These swords are just sticking out there. And technically, these are still all aces of swords. There's 8 truths available to you, but you're choosing to stay blind. You're choosing to stay in denial. You're choosing to stay stuck. Stay stuck in what? Look at that. Those aren't chains. It's like toilet paper. How hard would it be if someone wrapped you up with toilet paper? How hard would it be for you to just break out of that, right? This chick could break free from the toilet paper that she's wrapped up in 2 seconds. And then she could look at each one of those swords and go, wow, look at all these options I have. I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that. Because they're thoughts. Swords are thoughts. They're ideas. They're truths. Every sword is an ace of swords, which is truth and clarity. So there's 8 swords of truth and clarity available to you, except for when you're blind and you're in denial and you're all scared and indecisive, right? Well, how did you get there? Well, you got there by being the poo-poo face, the Eeyore poo-poo face under the tree, scowling and wanting to pour salt in your wounds, like an emo song or a country song, right? It's like, whoa. It's like, no, it's fine. Like, there's a time, again, and I don't want to minimize the pain that's caused through breakups and loss. It's real, and there's a time for us to feel, because you got to feel to heal, and I'm on board with that. But it's when we overstay our welcome by camping out in that state. And the longer you stay in that state, the more power you give to it. That's just a metaphysical law, right? Where your focus goes, energy follows, right? So whatever you're focused on, that's where your energy is empowering. That's where you're sending your energy. So you camp out in woe is me land for a little too long, instead of just going in, like feeling the pain, feeling the loss, being grateful, appreciating the lesson, saying, man, hey, you know what? I love with all my heart. I gave everything I had to this person and it didn't work out. That's okay. But I learned all these beautiful things. And if this person hadn't come into my life, I wouldn't have learned all these beautiful things. Now I get to take all those beautiful things and go build a beautiful life. That should be the mentality. But so many times people don't do that. They just want to sit and hurt and hurt and hurt and hurt. Or they don't want to feel the hurt. So they avoid and avoid and escape. Or try to carpet sweep, suppress. And that will put you in the 8 of Swords, as well. And in that case, you're saving it up for later. It's like, okay, well, later on down the road, when you finally do meet Mr. Right, Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect, you do finally meet that 10 of Swords. Not 10 of Swords, your 10 of Cups, not your 10 of Swords. When you finally meet that 10 of Cups person, that person you've been waiting for, you've been praying for, like, oh my God, they're finally here. Well, you saved up all that suppressed stuff that you didn't deal with. And guess who it's going to come out on? Now, when you start to integrate and have an intimate relationship with that new person you really been wanting the whole time, guess what's going to happen? It's all going to come out on them. And then you're going to screw that relationship up because you never dealt with all that stuff. You never allowed yourself to feel to heal. Way back a year, 6 months, 3 years ago, however long it was, when you had a chance, you should have sat in it to experience it, to let the energy come through you, right? Just like when you drink, you get one of these big drinks, right? It's a tea. You get a big drink from the gas station, like a 40 ounce, whatever. You drink it. If I was to sit here and I was to drink this whole thing without stopping, I would just drink until it was all gone. How long do you think it would take me to have to go pee? Right? And let's say I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of having to stop and pee, take breaks to go to the bathroom all day. This is annoying. I can't I'm wasting all this time in my life, right? It's like, well, you got 2 options, dude. You can either go relieve yourself because your bladder's full, or you can try to fight that battle, but you're going to lose because the pain is either going to get so painful. That's going to be the first thing. You're going to have so much pain that you're finally just going to pee, or 2, you're involuntarily going to pee yourself, or 3, your bladder is going to explode. Then you're going to go to the hospital, right? It's going to be it's not a good outcome. The point is when you drink something, right? What comes in has to come out. That's just a normal law of life. But as humans, we feel these emotions. We don't like them. And so we try to hold them in. Well, that's not healthy either. Just like trying to drink all that fluid and holding it in, it's not good for you, right? And so what's going to happen is your bladder is going to explode when that new person shows up in your life. And then then it's really going to suck because it's like, man, I finally get the man or the woman that I was waiting for, and then I effed it up. because instead of me dealing with these emotions from a past breakup, a past pain, a past whatever, I never dealt with it. And so now I'm paying it forward when the right thing comes along. And now I have to learn another lesson of loss. Like, hey, this time I lost something that I did want, that was going to love me and treat me and care about me, because I didn't heal myself. Right. So don't be that guy and don't be that girl, please. Okay. And I know we're all wired differently. We all have a different relationship to our mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual parts of ourselves. And for some people, it's easier than others to manage and to feel emotions. Emotions can be very frightening for certain people, just like other things can be frightening. You know, we're all different. So wherever you are, you know, again, I'm compassionate because I'm in this space. I'm in the therapy coaching space, and I help people overcome these types of things all the time. So I'm not saying this in an insensitive way. I'm saying it in a way to where, again, I want my viewers who watch these videos to not just get a fortune telling. Like I want you guys to actually do the things you need to do, because it's telling you what to do. You know, it's here. The advice is here. If you want love, because clearly that's what this was about. If you want love, this is what you have to do to get it. Right? So that message is going to be for those of you that resonate with. So that's kind of what's happening in the future here. So just a quick little recap here of what in the future. This future message here, this travel energy, is it's everything that I just said. You might have to rewind to get it clearly. And I know I'm kind of, a lot of energy is wanting to come through, and I'm stumbling over all the different things I want to say as that energy wants to flood through me. Stay out of the Four of Cups. Stay out of the woe is me. Feel to heal, which is feel it, deal with it, move on from it. Okay? Do not end up in this Eight of Swords. You allow this Four of Cups to become the Eight of Swords, you're fucked. Plain and simple. Eight of Swords is when you have allowed the negative story to become so powerful in your mind that you believe it. You actually believe your own BS. And because you believe it, you're going to stay stuck, and it's going to hurt you at some point, because what happens? The 8 becomes the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is where you can't sleep anymore, you can't eat, you might get sick, you might have stress related problems, you might have nightmares, turmoil, depression, sadness. You know, you're just not even a functional human being anymore. Really. Like you're a wreck. Even if you hide it well. Here you are in the 9 of Swords. So you don't deal with the 8 of Swords, you're going to end up here. Right? And this is when your life is miserable all the time. Right? And for some people, this is like, you know, and I don't want to get super dark, but for some people, this is suicidal energy. This is, we're pre-suicidal. You know, you can have really dark thoughts here. This will push you to do all kind of crazy shit. Drink, sleep with a bunch of people, stop giving a shit about other human beings, stop caring about life, caring about anything that's living. 9 of Swords is a dark place to end up. You get there through the 8 of Swords. Right. So this is a warning, and I'm showing you the future of what's going to happen if you don't deal with this 8 of Swords. Then what? Then you end up to the 10 of Swords. Then you end up in Dark Night of the Soul. Something is going to happen, whether you do it to yourself or you do something that's going to cause a karma, cause and effect type of thing. You go out, you start something, you drive drunk, you hit somebody, you kill somebody. You're going to do something, right? Something that you do is going to put you at rock bottom, land you at rock bottom, or land somebody else at rock bottom, which is going to come back and get you at rock bottom. And if it's not you that causes it, then it will be the universe that does it, right? Something outside of you will create conditions in your life, because eventually all that 8 of Swords energy is adding up, creating a reality. Then it creates the 9 of Swords reality. All the energy of the 9 of Swords is creating a reality that it can't contain itself anymore. And when that balloon bursts, you get into the 10 of Swords. So don't be that person. Don't let the 8 go to the 9, become the 10, and then you're screwed. There's a warning here, because there's something beautiful here with this Page of Cups. The little hand coming out of the cloud is your blessing that you don't see. There is always, there's a silver lining. There's new love. There is this loss that you're experiencing. It's okay to mourn it and it's okay to grieve it, but you've got something beautiful coming up for you. Okay. That's what we don't lose sight of. All right. So just really quick. So that kind of takes care of all the love stuff, because that's essentially what that reading was. But just really quick, I'm going to get 3 quick cards. This one going to come out. Just, in regards to career and finances. And then I'm not going to pull cards on the advice, because the reading got long, and that is the advice. And I feel very strongly about that. So I'm not going to repeat everything I just said with the advice, because that's the most crystal clear advice I can give you is you have a blessing coming. This 4 of Cups is not just about the book tarot meaning apathy, disinterest, woe is me, life sucks. There is a opportunity that you can miss if you're not careful. You just have to stop. You have to change your focus to see it. Stop focusing on what you don't have and focus on what you can have, which is about you. You have to take responsibility and take your power back. And when you take your power back, you'll look right over and you go, thank you very much. You'll take the cup from the universe, and then there's your new person waiting for you. That's what this page of Cups is here to represent. And if you look, what does he have in this cup? There's a little fish that's jumping out. So there's another, right? So you have a surprise coming in out of the cloud on the 4 of Cups, and you have a surprise jumping out of the cup itself with the Page of Cups. So that's just the double confirmation of the universe saying, hey, there's a surprise coming your way in the future, but only if you stay out of this 8 of Swords. Okay, so I have 4 cards here in relation to your career and finance energy. The first one it says protection. You are being protected from deceit and from situations that no longer serve you. Lie low for a while and you will be shown the truth. Yeah. So, and this is interesting because this I feel like this applies to the rest of the reading as well, right? And so and that's okay. Like I said, with that 4 of Cups, there's a time. It's okay for a time to feel, to heal, to feel the remorse, to grieve the relationship and all of that. Lay low, but then you have to get up, dust yourself off, look to the future and say, hey, you know what? I'm grateful for the lessons that I learned, and move in that direction, right? And that's what this card is also saying. Okay, flashback. People from the past returns. Now we are in Mercury retrograde. Don't forget to go check out the All Signs retrograde reading that I posted as well. There may be some other messages there for you as well. So flashback. People from the past return. You may work with a previous coworker or take back an old job. You could get a second chance. Now that's just typical retrograde energy. So take that as it resonates. All right, we have short term. This position is temporary, so don't be too attached to it. No worries. You will find something that's even more fulfilling and prosperous. So for those of you who are just looking for a job or however this resonates for you, I really don't do a lot of career readings, so I'm just kind of whatever's on the card that's the message. I'm not channeling like a huge important thing here with that. The last one, timing. It's all in the timing right now. Pull another card to see if you need to do it now, wait a while, or make a different decision. And for that, I will. And I'll use, actually, yeah, I'll use this deck here. It says we need one other card, so I'll get one more card, please, to close out the reading for this timing here. Wheel of Fortune, yeah. So this is, there's definitely something better for you. And you're going to know because the timings, it'll reveal itself, and you won't miss it because the Wheel of Fortune is divine timing. It's luck. It's a gift. It's serendipity. The universe is setting you up, and this is one of the absolute best cards you could ever get. And you got the sun at the bottom of the deck. Holy shiznit. So there's like the two of the best cards you could possibly get in terms of career and finances. Maybe minus the 10 of Pentacles being thrown in there. I mean, but those are major arcanas. So those are like two of the best major arcana cards that you could get for a career reading. So yeah, career for you guys, no big deal. All right. So last but not least, I'm going to pull, I got a couple of these mini tarot cards and at this little bowl here. And I'm not looking at this, right? So I'm not looking in the thing. I'm just going to pull 3 cards, and we're going to call these whispers from Spirit. So these are messages directly from Spirit to you, like a whisper, just a little extra something that Spirit wants you to know. This is for you. Okay. Ace of Pentacles came out. Wheel of Fortune again. Can't make this up. I'm not looking. I'm looking right at the camera. My hand is over here. I cannot see what I'm grabbing. And the Page of Wands. Okay, you guys, you can't make this up. So you have solid new opportunities. This is really hard to see. Page of Pentacles here. Teeny tiny. You have solid new opportunities coming up here, especially with your finances. There's confirmation with that Wheel of Fortune card again. Mini Wheel of Fortune here. So amazing luck and fortune there, and really good news with the Page of Wands. Exciting, good news coming up for you guys, okay? So again, I know right now, in terms of love and this loss situation you might be going through, it may feel a little bit hard to push through to find the silver lining or to be optimistic right now. But just stay in there, guys. You'll find it, okay? Don't lose hope. Don't worry. This is going to work out. This too shall pass, okay? If you found this information helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, all the things. Again, if you... please leave a comment too. Let me know, guys, your feedback, what you guys want. If this resonates with you, leave comments. You know, I read all the comments. I try to respond to all the comments. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, set that up. If you would like coaching or find out about my other services, that's in the description box. All of that stuff is there. Go check out the other videos. Check out the retrograde video I just posted, and go check out the other videos that are... They're not readings, but they're explanations. They're explaining how this stuff works, guys. I promise you, your life will change if you stop watching tarot videos just for fortune telling. That's the dumbest way to waste time and to be confused, is to keep watching tarot videos for just forecasting, prediction. You don't need that stuff anymore when you become the predictor. You were given the power to create outcomes. Don't wait for life to happen. Make it happen. You have the power. We are the magician in the major arcana, right? I so bad I want to go off on this big tangent, but I'm not going to. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon in the next one. And like I said, if this video didn't resonate with you, go check out one of the other ones. I'll be posting the earth signs, the air signs, and the water signs as well. Just grouping them all in for now. And go cross-watch one of those videos and let me know what you think. So with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one.